Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
What's popping, Chica? And welcome to Fumble Through!
Fumble Through!
A podcast that's known to scream, "My cabbages!" It's time again to descend into the depths of the Fumble Factory for imaginative fun and games. So pull up your chairs, gather your snacks and settle in. This week, we want to test the wits of our players and put them through their paces as we continue to play through the Siege of Serpents. Speaking of someone who has a shining wit, or at least half of one. Wait, did I spoonerize shining wit then? Lindsay!
Charisma is obviously your dump stat. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm going to use this time because I don't have any news on the Henry Cavill train. I've kind of fallen off that a bit. I'm going to use this to do something that I think is keeping us alive, and that's to slam the DM. Oh. Do realize when you create encounters, the CR is meant to be in positive, right? Not negative?
For a well-built party, I think that's the case, right?
Lindsay,
Yes,
fuck
Brett.
you.
What do you got to worry about? You got two characters.
I guess true, actually. We have.
Yeah, and one of them's actually effective. More effective than all the others put together.
Oh, hey, 18 points of damage isn't that great, right?
Yeah.
It's not a consistent 3.
That's Reggie in 6 rounds.
Ouch, that
You're forgetting.
That's a whole minute of Reggie's damage.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Reggie just bush.
You're forgetting he has to stop to heal.
point well taken.
Yeah, that's right. We still
Well,
don't have a proper heal.
No, if he hits on all his flurries,
I still get 8 points.
Yeah,
If I
so-
trip and flurry, I could potentially get 12.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which
so
is
two-
hang on.
12 points more than I've seen Miles
15.
do.
15. I could get 15.
Yeah.
Because it's D4 plus 1.
What I've noticed is both of you like them being lying on the ground. One sleeping, the other one tripped him. But
I haven't had to sleep in a while.
Put
It's
him
all
on the
been
ground.
misfortune.
oh,
Haven't got one off properly.
that's what she said.
Yeah. I would like to just go back to we are familiar with the term spoonerize because I thought that was really good.
Spooner,
Yeah.
It's when you take the first sound of a word and you mix it up with the fit hits the shan kind of spoonerize.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it's called? Spoonerize?
Spoonerize.
Okay.
And that's why I
I
called
thought it was to do with something like
that's why I
spooning in
called
bed.
Lindsay a shining wit.
Ah.
Waiting for it to settle in.
We all got it.
Yeah,
we just
okay.
ignored it.
Okay, got it.
It had the appropriate response at time number 1.
Oh, good. All right. This week, we're going to delve straight into the dicey question. Thank you to all the people who are sending them in. Please send more. Send all of them. Send them fast. Send them by bottle. Send them by snail. Send them by aeroplane.
Don't send it by
just-
snail.
Just do it by email because then we'll get it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll learn how to read if they do it by snail. So, fumblethrough.com. This week, we asked, who has the best pet sidekick and why?
Hang.
Okay, go.
Which
and
one, though?
why?
Because these are 2, so yeah.
Well,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, not Momo then.
No.
I think Momo's hilarious.
Yeah, I think Momo.
Momo
I
is
would have
great,
gone the
but-
Momo's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
But you said I had to
sidekick.
pick one. They're both great, and they're both good for different reasons. One is pretty useful and pretty funny, like the episode where he sheds.
Mhm.
The name has escaped me. It's too early.
Upper.
That's it. Downer.
I'm feeling that one.
Yeah. And also, it was the first one that came to my mind.
Okay. All right. See, I would have said Momo's his pet and Upper is like a
His
traveler,
sidekick.
is a companion. Like that's, although
He's a
I guess,
spiritual-
is the Lone Ranger has a sidekick in Tonto, but the Lone Ranger's horse, whose name I
Yeah.
Silver.
Silver is I think they're two different things. Unless you count Brave Star and 4040, who is his
Yeah.
sidekick and his horse.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know who that is.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Anyway, you need to be a child of the 80s to get that reference.
I was a
think.
child of the 80s. I was just a child of
As
the
in,
late
as in
80s.
they're not a baby of the 80s.
Yeah. So, not an infant of the 80s stuff. So, okay, Upper.
Or Roach
Roach.
from Witcher.
Okay.
His horse that he talks to because no one else
Yeah,
can
yeah.
Yeah,
understand.
because it's his best friend.
Yeah.
I get that one.
It's like his mental health check-in.
Yeah, basically.
It really is, isn't it? Anyone else?
I've got a number of them. I'm trying to figure out the best, though. Can I run through the list?
Sure.
Oh, no. Can I go first? Because
Yeah.
if mine's on the list, I'm going to be upset.
Go on.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I was caught between two.
Yeah.
Cringer.
Oh, nice.
It's on the
He-Man,
list.
because,
Yeah.
that would technically be, nobody would know. And then all of a sudden turns into Battle Cat and he's kicking ass.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lot of time for that. Obviously,
He
can ride a
does
big
look
cat.
sick. He's green.
He does.
Like a tiger.
And yeah, you go, because I have got another one. I'll see if it's
Have
on your
you?
list. Yeah. But it's a useless one.
I bet you mine's going to get done on Brett's list, but let's see.
Crypto?
Currency?
Let's not talk about crypto.
Hey, who's
Superman's
Oh, yes.
dog, Crypto,
Yeah.
is pretty sick.
Okay.
Brains.
Okay.
Not Pinky and the
Inspector Gadget.
Brains, but Inspector Gadget.
Oh, yeah.
Snarf from
Oh,
Thundercats.
that was the other one I was going to have.
See,
yeah.
I don't-
Useless, but
I don't-
hilarious. Yeah,
I
comic
don't know
relief.
if Snarf is a pet though, or just kind of like
Oh, well, then you're going to like the next
a
one.
mascot?
because like. Well, no. Let's look. Okay. Here's the thing, right?
The family secret.
Yeah.
It's the inbreeding. Yeah.
Cats
The
are
royal
people,
family.
so-
They are a royal family, aren't they, as well? So, yes.
Someone coughed him
It's
up.
actually Lionel's brother.
Did you just say Lionel?
Lionel.
Yeah, Lionel.
Lionel Lowe.
From Lionel, yeah, whatever. Lionel Richie's younger brother. Anyway,
Hello.
Lionel. It's Lionel.
Yeah.
Lionel.
Snarf's
Lionel.
Lionel.
All right.
He's a
It's been a
lion.
while since I've
Been a
watched
while.
it.
He's busy dancing on the ceiling.
I thought you were taking him out of his Australian roots. Hey, Lino.
Yeah, bringing it back.
Lino, Davo.
Tiger.
I'm going loco. I've been here long enough now, nearly a
kitten
decade.
But the one then, if you don't like those as sidekicks, then you're not going to like Chewie.
Not a pet.
That's a solid. Oh, it's a sidekick though. You
Yeah,
said.
but it's not.
He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a pet.
Does it have to be a pet?
I think R2's more of a pet than Chewie's a pet.
I find that offensive.
Yeah. Why?
Like,
Actually, hang on. Back to the original. Is it pet or is it sidekick? What were we talking? What was the original question?
Luke clarifying the question.
Yeah.
The question is, who has the best pet sidekick
Pet
and
slash
why?
sidekick or pet sidekick?
Pet sidekick.
Pet sidekick.
we
right.
should make a bingo card for our podcast. So, like a bingo card. So you tick off if Luke.
Oh, all the
Clarifies a
things.
question.
Yeah. If Luke clarifies a question, if
Lindsay
Lindsay's
talks some
character,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
sleep strikes.
Yeah. Oh, bingo every time. Oh, cackle, sleep, strike, and
3 damage.
misfortune.
And 3 damage for
Justin
Reggie.
pronunciates wrong.
But we edit those out, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
He's got a speech impediment.
It's all the inbreeding.
You guys are fact.
So not Chewie then, even though he's the
Yeah,
only one
I
who
don't know.
actually gets petted.
Yeah, Chewie's
Does he own Chewie?
no, Chewie is a
it's
life
s-
debt.
Life debt slave. There's an
Not
ownership.
slave.
Slave slash pet.
Chewie has is a bond.
Actually,
They're bonded.
I've never even thought about it that way. Like when Han, spoiler alert, dies.
What?
He's free of his life debt.
Yeah.
No, it moves on to his children.
Well, that was short lived then.
Mm.
He did a very bad job of the second one then.
I don't think he was too happy
He
about
actually
it.
probably did a bad job of the first one. He didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Chewie, yep, next.
Oh, I'm going to stop the list there then.
No, come on, let's see what you got.
It's disappointing.
I can't believe none of you have said mine. Dritz and Guinevere.
No, we left that one. That was an obvious one, right?
Yeah, that's the best in all history.
That was actually the first one I thought of. Then
Yeah.
I thought of another big cat.
Oh, yeah, Cringer.
Mm.
And, who would win in that fight?
Well,
I think-
Cringer.
I think Battle Cat would,
yeah.
No.
would take down Guinevere,
Mm-mm.
and then she'd miss back, and then like gank him while he's asleep.
Nah, I think Battlecat's done for in that situation.
Nobody went for Boo?
Nah, because I'm unfamiliar with.
Minsк and Boo?
That's
Yeah,
good.
I know, but I
That is
don't
I
know.
don't know it.
That is a good one. I didn't think of it.
Yeah, they're not. That's not on the top of my list. I don't really like pets, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like I thought about who's the
Tippy.
Who's the Scooby Doo? Who's the Scooby
Hang on,
Doo?
mate. Hang on. Right. Let's not get delusions of grandeur.
Who's the Scooby Doo Batman ripoff? The Falcon, and he's got like when Scooby Doo puts on the Falcon costume and becomes the Falcon's. Anyway,
But the Falcon from Marvel has a.
Is this another what if thing that I haven't seen?
No.
All right.
So in the Scooby-Doo of old, Scooby-Doo cartoons used to have like a rip-off of Batman, even though Scooby-Doo and Batman have
okay.
also been in the same, but there was like a character called Falcon that looked a bit like one of the Battle of the Planets characters.
Okay.
And then Scooby-Doo would put on his outfit.
I want to see the what if Avengers were the mystery gang.
They wouldn't let him in. Redheads aren't allowed in the Avengers. You're thinking of redheads, right?
No.
No, okay. I'm going to bring you back. We're outside the mausoleum. You guys have just received a potion of lesser restoration from Samil and Arnett. 2 potions of restoration have come your way. You have cleared the area, and as you are starting to look around, you are noticing that the northwest of the area of the grounds of the Grand Lodge is starting to recede in terms of attackers. Attacks are starting to occur a little more sporadically. Some foes remain here and there, but you think that the Pathfinders are winning out in this section. In game terms, you've cleared this section from all that you can.
Hurrah!
Now it's time to go somewhere else. You get to choose. Do you go south or do you go to the northeast?
We were heading to the menagerie and we got distracted by the mausoleum.
You did get
So
distracted.
to the menagerie.
So you're going to go to the
Onward to the
to the south, to the Nicky Menagerie. So once again, you find yourselves, the 4 of you, your new companion in tow, together heading to the south. It takes about 10 minutes as you walk through this area and you see the remnants of battles everywhere, smoke arising from craters in the ground. You see people patching themselves up. You see other people patting down Pathfinders. And taking equipment from enemies. You see people rallying into places where they can get some healing. One of those places being the mausoleum, with Samil and Arnett helping out where they can, giving supplies, giving food, bolstering people with hot cups of coffee. But being in a hurry as you are with many other people who are still in fighting shape, you start moving around looking for more areas to help.
Okay, so how's everyone going? Anyone injured?
I'm all right, I think. Yeah.
Happy to move along. South, is that the
yes,
plan?
we'll go try and stem these creatures from escaping from the menagerie.
Right. Good.
Tia, how are you?
I'm fine. No problem.
No injuries?
We will endure.
Tia's pronouns we and us.
She doesn't talk very much.
I have a question, and I don't know if I missed this in the podcast or not, but she keeps using Flopsy's real name.
Jardy.
Yeah. Is that because he's told her, or is it...
He introduced himself as
All right.
Jardy Spinderstripe. Friends call me Flopsy.
Right.
He does do that quite often. He introduces himself as his real name and then...
I've never noticed that.
yeah.
I never remember his real name. I just wasn't sure if it was like a secret
Thank you, my good friend.
knowledge.
That's why he calls you Flopsy.
Yeah. Flopsy and Big Reg.
Hey.
Nice.
As you're moving southwards, you come across one of the areas that is of note in the Pathfinder grounds, in the grounds of the South Campus. You come across a monument, and you see a tall statue which is cast in the likeness of very famous Pathfinder Dervin Guest, almost the most famous Pathfinder of them all, carved in a likeness of the adventurer in his later years, still dashing and bearing an assortment of scrolls and adventuring gear. The statue stares intently off into the distance. Beneath the statue, you can see a pedestal which stands adorned with angelic figures and elaborate friezes showing some of the more memorable scenes from the Pathfinder's long and celebrated career. This is something that people talk about far and wide in the Pathfinder area, and if you are of historical acumen, if you could give me a roll.
Knowledge local?
Knowledge local could do it as well.
I read you got a 23.
Ooh, 23 knowledge local. Anybody else?
25 knowledge history for Miles.
Wow.
Fucked, Miles.
That's great, Miles.
You read a lot of books.
Local for
I don't believe
Flopsy.
that at all.
27 for local on Flopsy.
Yikes.
27. They are some kick and rolls.
They
Good
are.
that you're rolling them now before we get into combat. Excellent. Roll those out. So you guys are looking around, and again, you see some of those moments, and you can see that around the angels almost. You can see a dais, and in there is carved like little pictures of Dervin Guest defeating a mind flayer, or a time when he's outside of a cave standing upon the felled form of a dragon. Your knowledge local and your knowledge history all state the one thing that is in Pathfinder lore, the fact that it is rumored that the direction Dervin Guest stares is the direction of a great secret treasure. And many Pathfinders have set out in their time to follow the path of Dervin Guest's trail, never to find that treasure, never to find where they think he's buried his secrets. But that is a time for another podcast and perhaps another adventure. So don't go running. I can see it in your head, Lindsay. No, it's not time for that
Wouldn't it
now.
be funny if it's just really like 10 feet in front of the statue?
Yeah. It's like on the tip of his finger.
Yeah.
You
It's
unscrew
just-
it,
yeah.
and it's a map.
It's his eyeball.
Yeah.
It's like in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, you can
Nice.
then see the gem in his eyeball.
I
So-
want to check the eyeball of the statue now.
Okay, so you
I'm
start
joking, I'm
checking
joking,
the
it's fine.
eyeball of the statue.
Would you like me to break these statues
I
too?
can't get up to there anyway, so it's fine.
Maybe later. Let's go save everyone first, and then we can explore this at our leisure.
Yeah, just make a perception check as you are looking around the statue as well, please.
24 for Reg.
7.
19.
You're still looking at the statue.
19 for Tia and not so much for Flopsy.
Okay. Just so you know, here's a picture.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe the listeners can't see it.
Wow.
Do you want to describe it, Luke?
No. There's a man there's a man that's stood on a
Sucked in, listeners. You can't see it. Suck it.
hand on hip, sword, other hand on hilt of the sword, just looking rather aristocratic, I have to say. And then 4 cherubim, angels, something like that, around the base of which he stood. How high is that then, Justin?
It's probably about 10 foot high, the base, and then he's a little bit higher than that. So
Is it
each
to
of these
scale?
The picture's to scale on my iPad. You think that yes, it's to 1-to-1 scale. So he's about proper human size, as are all of the creatures around him. Actually, he'd probably be a little bit bigger, and all the like angelic figures that surround his form that carried him to the heavens.
He looks very conceited, I have to say.
He does look a little conceited. I also like that he has a leaf for a loin as well. He's
Does
got
he?
a little cod piece which has
I
got a
didn't look
leaf
there.
motif. That's the first place I look on
That's
any
where he's
statue.
pointing.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's how he's pointing.
yeah. And you look up, and that's where you find Miles's intent, straight upon the leaf, thinking about quails.
I don't even know what a fuck a quail is.
Well, everyone else is distracted. Should we just spin the statue a little bit to the left?
Yeah, it's very heavy, and you don't think that you can do that. Your perception check. So anybody who got a perception over 25, though, you feel more than see an emanation
Can I just say
of
that was
magic.
none of us got over 25.
Well, then you don't see this, but what you do see, what did you get? I think
24.
Okay, well then you didn't meet the DC that was necessary to see this.
Hey, Flopsy, I have an inkling to do detect magic, but I didn't prepare it today.
You're too busy casting something to draw a picture of this statue.
portrait.
A portrait of the statue. And-
I'm actually going to instant portrait this statue.
Okay.
From behind, though, for the perspective of where he's pointing.
Is that?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I
Let's
feel
do
like that might be like copyright if you are making a portrait of someone's statue.
In the midst of all the chaos, a guard's
Yeah.
going to come up and go, "You can't take pictures here."
Yeah, it's an NFT statue. You can't do it. Your perception checks do reveal, however, a weird shimmering that happens around the statue as you come closer. The shimmering surrounds Dervin Guest, and you almost see his form like warp a little bit, but the magic emanates into the base, into the plinth, and 2 of the angels start to move. They start to beat their wings, and they disjoin themselves. What's that word that I'm thinking of? They remove themselves. They
Detach.
Thank you. they detach themselves from the plinth and they start looking around. You can see menace and malice in their eyes as they look directly at you, having set off whatever this is. You are the only Pathfinders that seem to have come within the aura that is necessary for this magic to take
Tia, you
hold.
can smash the statues now.
Whoa, Miles, hang on, mate, hang on. Are they? What do they look? Can I take another perception check to see?
Yeah,
Do
of
they look
course.
like they're going to come for
He
us?
said malice.
Yeah, I know, but are they malice for the the Aspus Consortium, or are they malice for us? Yeah, you're going to smash statues that are potentially going to be
Sorry,
helping
last
us.
time we had statues come to life, we lost a party member.
True. We got a spare one.
Not the last time. We fought a gargoyle on the
Oh, yeah,
docks.
true.
So
Yeah, if he starts trying to play touch us up like the last one did, I'm out of here. That's a 27 on perception. Oh, I should have done a sense motive, really.
Yeah, sense motive.
All right, so that's a 23 on a sense motive.
Sensing their motive, you actually think that these statues are intent upon you.
Oh.
You don't. It's not clear whether or not it's because you're Pathfinders or not Pathfinders, but you think that these statues have been triggered perhaps by your presence, and they are now intent upon you. What are you intending on doing?
Yeah, Miles, you shouldn't have took that selfie, mate. I mean, they're obviously a little bit touchy.
I didn't
about
get a
that.
chance because
Oh,
I got
okay.
to touch it.
No pictures.
I got to touch it, and I didn't get a chance to touch it.
I'm going to back up. Reggie's going to back up until the others get back.
Mm-hmm.
Get back on it. I'm going to moonwalk backwards.
Anyone else?
I will also retreat, but I'll cast Misfortune on one.
Okay, so we head to initiative. So before you can do that, it is initiative time.
Tia's looking at everyone else, looking for advice. What leadership? What is that thing? Leadership, yes. And Flopsy's getting ready to check it out magically.
Yeah, not in this party, mate. Flopsy, what'd you get for your initiative roll?
3.
And you, Reg?
Sorry, Justin, I got a 6.
Reg?
Reg.
Science.
Sorry. I'm too busy in my head thinking about how I'm going to handle this situation. Reg got a 19 on the initiative.
Oh, 19. What about you, Miles?
11.
11. And our new friend, Tia.
Tia, we don't want to be here. Let's go.
Natural 2023.
23 for Tia. What did you get again, Reg?
Fuck off. Oh, you actually want to know?
Yeah.
19.
Okay, thank you.
I thought you'd be...
Thank you. Okay. It actually, we begin the round with Tia if she wants to do anything.
She looks down, because that's the only way to look at people for her, at Miles and says, "Are we smashing?"
Yes. Smash away.
Okay, smash. And she'll charge one.
Okay.
Don't move the statue. You need to keep it pointing exactly where it's pointing.
So runs up to the first one, full power attack, 17 to hit.
A 17 bypasses its armor class easily.
It's a massive sword over the arm, comes down over her shoulder, slams into its head for 23 points of damage.
Oh, 23 points of damage. You feel like some of that damage actually bounces off the stone skin of the statue itself, not penetrating all of it. You see a little chink of stone come off one of the statues as it looks at Tia and its arms start reaching out.
Sorry, does my Misfortune not go off first?
No, because that was, you know how I said, what do you intend on doing? That was to get an idea of
Bullshit.
whether or not you just don't act as fast as Tia did. Or little Reg.
My go?
Yep.
Okay, so how many of them have actually detached
2.
themselves? Okay, so can I move myself into a flanking position?
You sure can.
With Tia, awesome, and I'm going to attempt to trip the statue.
Mm-hmm.
My trip is +7. So that is a 22 to trip.
That definitely trips the
Okay.
statue. The statue falls upon the floor.
Okay, so as it goes down, I get a free smack at 16 to hit.
That 16 again bypasses its meager armor class.
Sweet, and here comes a meager amount of damage. 2.
You smack the statue itself. and you feel like you just hit stone. Nothing happens, nothing cracks off it. You hurt your hand a little bit. Like I imagine, when Jackie Chan hits something and it's like, and then waves his hand like he's hurt his knuckles. That's what this looks like. And it's at this moment that me as a GM realizes that this encounter would be very fucking hard if it's not for Tia's presence here, because I'm not sure that you guys can actually damage this thing. So
There's two of them.
yeah, and you feel like none of your damage actually goes through.
Okay.
That leads us to the two statues themselves. One of the statues, which is out of combat, flaps its wings and takes to the air. It actually lifts itself off the ground, flying 15 foot upwards. But on the way through, actually, it doesn't do that. It flies 15 foot upwards to survey the area. The second of the creatures, the one that is flanking, uses both of its arms, which flop like tentacles. It doesn't seem to have joints at all because it's made of stone. It seems to just have these floppy tentacle arms because there's no actual rigid structure inside, keeping hinges and elbow joints and stuff. And these two tentacles fly out, one towards Tia and one towards little Reg. The first one against Tia, 16, as a tentacle flies out and attempts to just bat her out of the way.
Just gets absorbed by her tatamido.
Okay.
What is that?
It's her armor.
All right.
And the second tentacle flies at the smaller little Reg, and this is a 24 to hit.
So is this technically a missile weapon?
No, it's
That hits.
No, it's not. Actually, sorry, I misspoke because you are above her. Actually, do prone creatures get a negative? Anyone?
Isn't it neg 4 when you're prone for a melee attack?
To be hit, I thought.
I misspoke, Reg. That is a 20 because of the neg 4 for being prone.
Still hits.
Okay.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. That wisp of joy and hope.
It goes up,
snuffed away.
then it
Yeah.
comes back
Lovely.
down. And the tentacle strikes into you, Reg, for 4 points of damage.
Just 4?
Just 4 points of damage. And then the creature itself stays on the floor.
Yeah, better.
Miles, it's your go.
Heads up. I'm going to slumber the one that's flying.
Okay. So you attempt to slumber the one that is flying.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right
wouldn't it?
above the statue.
Let's
Which
go over.
of which the magic will now fall out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's directly above Miles's head.
Sorry, I have a move action.
Okay, that is a
Get a
natural
reflex.
19
It makes it.
for a 15.
Ooh. Hang on.
Ooh.
Natural 19 for a 15. Oh, dear. It falls asleep.
Does it, though? Does it? Does it fall asleep?
Excuse me for a second, talks amongst yourselves while I look something up.
And then as a move action, I run away.
As this is going on, you will notice Tia is looking to you guys for direction. She's not looking at Flopsy, she's looking at you two for direction.
I'm such an idiot.
We know.
She will point, if you point her in a direction and say do something, she will do it.
Yep. Miles is taking the impressionable nature of that to try and cement his position of the leadership role, at least with one of the members of the party.
She looks to Reg with some kind of reverence, having seen him do healing, that there's some holy power there, and looks to Miles in terms of, all right, well, you're the other human here. There is some cultural bias going on.
Miles
I
hates
think.
this party.
No, she's looking to you for leadership. She's
Right,
she's
cool.
looking to you as
I'm
if
healing too. I can heal, just don't want to.
she also looks to Miles as if he's a young, what is that saying? Young, dumb, and full of.
Something unusual happens as you cast your slumber hex upon this statue. You can see that its eyes glow kind of a green shimmering, as if something else is belays an intelligence behind the actual creature's mind, giving that aura of menace behind it. But your slumber hex seems to bounce off it in some way, shape, or form. This energy that is behind seems to kind of suck in your slumber hex, but the construct itself, the nature of the construct, is irrepressible.
Oh, well, this is bullshit. Is it immune to slumber?
It's very hard to slumber a statue.
What's a try?
They're
They
all-
sleep all the time anyway.
That's right. They're always asleep.
Not
So, yeah, are you doing something else other than slumbering?
No.
Okay. Bingo! Flopsy.
Flopsy's going to do some knowledge checks on these creatures.
Please
Yep.
do.
Natural 12. What's the check I'm rolling? Just an Arcana?
You are actually rolling. Oh, that's a
Engineering. Don't say history or geography.
Yeah, the shit ones.
They're
Stop
not,
asking me shit I don't know today.
required.
I actually do believe that would be knowledge engineering.
Engineering, is it? Natural 12 is a 21 on a knowledge engineering.
You believe that these are constructs. So
Okay.
you believe that these, I think it is somewhere between Arcana and engineering.
Arcana would be 4 higher than that.
Yeah.
But
So you think that these are treated, the statues have come to life and they are treated like some type of construct. However, again, that the fact that they have like an intent and there's an intelligence that they are working with belies something a little bit different that's behind this, something unusual, something out of your realm of knowledge.
do I know anything about constructs, though, that would be useful?
Yes, you do know some things about constructs. You know that constructs are immune to sleep.
Cool.
They are also
And fists.
They are also immune to paralysis, poison, and stunning. And you also know that they cannot heal naturally. Also, maybe try not to ability drain them or ability damage or energy drain or hit them non-lethally. Most of all, they're immune to fort saves.
Flopsy will impart all of this in a much more succinct manner than you just gave to me, because we have 6 seconds to do it in, as he is enacting one of his arcane reservoir pools to check the magic that's going on in this creature as if he'd studied it for 3 rounds with Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's presence of, schools of, and then source.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing actually pings magical.
No magical.
No.
And then he'll move back
Yeah.
behind Miles.
Yeah, and that's a troubling thing because for all intensive purposes, you can actually see magic. You can see this shimmering, you can see light, you can see something, but you detect magic and there is no presence of it here, which is really confusing for Flopsy.
Very something's amiss. There's magic, but no magic at the same time. We are in Quandary Land.
Do you have a knowledge planes at all?
I do.
Just make one of those.
Oh, that's not excellent. 18.
18 is not enough to give you any of the information that I was hoping.
can I
that
make
you
one
might
out of
be able to get
Colonel?
there. Yeah, of course.
No, man.
And that gets us to round number 2, unless Flopsy's doing anything else. Was that everything?
Standard and a move.
Okay. Round number 2, we start with TR.
She is going to continue doing what she does and wail on this creature on the floor.
Okay, +2 to your attack.
I'm going to try and stay out of the way of it.
+2 on that attack gets me to 27.
27 is almost double the armor class of this creature.
All right.
Oh, minimum damage.
It's time for Reg to retire.
16.
16 points of damage. Again, you don't think that all of that damage goes through.
But some of it goes
But
through.
definitely you see parts of this statue breaking off, parts of it moving away. You feel like there's the creature is actually being quite severely damaged. Like parts of its armor have cracked off, parts of its, the I guess, what are the words are really not working for me today. Fucking, the pretty shit on it.
It's
The
gilding.
decorations.
It's gilding.
No, the decorative features of the
details.
the decorative details are starting to actually break off the statue itself.
Holy One, I can destroy this one if you want to help with the other one.
You sure?
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
We will endure.
Okay, Reg, what are you going to do
Okay.
against the creature that's 15 foot in the air?
Okay, so Reg's going to 5 foot away from the one that's prone because I'm not sure whether it can do an attack of opportunity while it's prone. And I'm going to cast magic weapon on my Kama.
Okay.
You know what would tell you if it can do an attack of opportunity on while prone?
Do something to it.
Rules.
Rules.
Ignorance is bliss.
So 5 foot step, you got a move action left if you want it.
5 foot
But you
step.
can't move.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. No.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
Good. That brings us to the angels. Let's call them the fallen angels. Okay, I get these images of the Doctor Who, the weeping angels in Doctor Who with this, but except they're way creepier because it's dark and they attack you when you're not
Cherubian?
looking. They're not cherubian. They're just there.
Right.
It's as if the angels were there to escort the.
What a great name.
Ah, the
Durban
Cherubians.
jest.
I've never heard.
Got lots of that.
Is that where you are maneuvering towards?
No, as I said it kind of popped in my head as, oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So the statues themselves, there's one statue on the floor, and we're going to start with that. It is engaged in combat with Tia. It attempts to use both of its tentacles against you, Tia. The first tentacle striking out with its negatives is probably not going to hit, being that it's 11.
She tenses up and just lets it smack into her.
Yep. And the second tentacle, again, slamming, doing exactly the same roll and missing twice. So you see two tentacles there. Almost one of the tentacles breaks off from the damage that this statue has sustained as you see rocks sort of fall onto the floor. Another tentacle breaches out and she just looks at it and laughs.
His eyes upon me, you will not prevail, creature.
The statue in the air, however, with all of its might, charges straight at Miles.
Bring it.
15 foot downwards, taking an attack with one tentacle, all the force of a tentacle behind it, landing right in front of Miles, doing a natural 20. And we're going to re-roll that.
Lindsay,
Fine, it's Justin.
Lindsay does a 22.
That's thrice he has now jibbed the DM.
Yeah, 22 to hit you.
T is by far the easiest of these characters to play, Lindsay.
Oh, my Lord. That was max damage, Lindsay,
Yep.
from these creatures.
Yep. I've got a pen.
12 points of damage.
No worries.
How much did you hit? Sorry.
That was a 12-point crit.
Yeah. They
That's-
don't do too much damage.
That's Reginald level crit.
Yeah.
Hey.
They're
I'm
Reginald
still in the
level
room. I'm still in the room.
combatants. You now have a creature standing in front of you, Miles, and it is your go.
Okay. I'm going to do a misfortune hex. I'm like, is that all you've got?
Mm-hmm.
You could have dropped on me from that height and done more damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And again, you attempt to strike at this creature's mind, and I believe this misfortune is going to definitely go through because it's not even above a 10.
Sweet. Sweet.
So the fallen angel in front of you, and it literally, landed angel, has now got a misfortune hex upon it.
I will cackle
Is it on? Sorry, mate.
at its misfortune as I see it look in. And can I just make a perception check
Mhm.
to look around to see if there's anyone watching nearby, like these are being controlled by some magic caster?
Sure.
There's a couple of kids with some popcorn.
And a remote control.
17.
You see a guy in the bushes wearing a trench coat and his hands sort of in his midsection. You see the leaves around him like
Jerry!
frantically rustling.
That's no remote.
No, you see nothing around you that denotes anything. So you can't see anyone that you could see. I get where you're going. Like you're thinking of spellcasters controlling, puppeteering these creatures. You don't see anything like that.
No worries.
Did the statue land on the Flopsy side of Miles or the other side of Miles?
It would have landed.
Because Flopsy
Yes.
had moved behind Miles. So
Oh no! It would have landed on the statue side of Miles,
Great.
so it would have come from the statue
the
area.
statue
so-
Miles Flopsy.
Yeah,
Great.
Flopsy, it's your go.
Thus the clarity, Justin. Thus the clarity. It would seem you've come into bomb range there, Miles.
No worries. I know you, Flopsy. It's fine.
Flopsy doesn't want to.
That's a first.
Well, he doesn't want to waste a bomb.
When he knows he can just hit.
You'd probably
miles.
do more damage to me than the creature.
So, yeah, he understands that, yes, he can hurt these creatures, but he's looking at Tia going, oh, I don't think I need to. He's just going to reach out. No, he's just going to 5-foot step back, and if something gets within 10 foot clear, he'll throw a bomb at it when there's none of his companions around him.
Okay. Everyone's sort of looking at Flopsy with quizzical looks in their eyes. They've never seen this type of consideration for others. I think Flopsy's actually scared of Tia. What happens if I blow her up? That sword is better than 3 points of damage.
Yeah, there's a very real concern, and he's not sure what Tia will do, given Tia said she'd just smack him if he got hit.
That's fair call. Okay, so you are currently just waiting, readying for any of that kind of stuff to go. That brings us to round number 3. Tia, it's your go.
I should just smack down again on this thing.
Yes.
Oh, no. It's a natural 2, Justin.
Okay.
Still +2 because it's prone.
Yeah.
14.
Meets it, beats it.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
It was actually +4 last time because I forgot you were also flanking.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I did maths bad then. 13, sorry.
13. So not enough. So this time Tia goes to crack it in its arm, but unfortunately it's the same arm that just fell off. Tia was too busy in her in maneuvering to actually note that the scene had changed.
She's just going to 5-foot step around just to try. She's inching her way to get around the back of it where Reggie was, just to get her in the way between it and Reggie.
Okay, so you 5-foot diagonally. So essentially, you wouldn't be flanking with Reggie if he 5-foot stepped anymore.
That's right.
So Reggie wouldn't be able to 5-foot step into a flanking position, and that's some important information because it's his go.
Okay, so how far away is Lindsay with the stack? Can I move into
Who's Lindsay?
Sorry, Miles. How can I move into a flanking position?
Yeah, you definitely can move into a flanking
I'm-
position.
okay, so we'll do that. Let's do that. We'll take a pop of that one. So +2 for that, 1 for that, 7, 8, 9. So that's 20 to hit.
20 definitely is going to hit. Way better than Tia's hit.
Okay.
You suck, Tia.
Flanking, they deny their decks, right?
No, but you do get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Against a creature that might be...
There is a triumphant arm waving, by the way.
There are double digits.
yeah.
10 points of damage. Magical, bitch.
So the problem that we've got here is that
Don't yuck on my yum.
He's yucking on you, yeah.
He's going to, isn't he? He's going to.
He's pulling out the yuck bag.
And judging by the look on his face, it must stink.
Yuckity yuck.
Don't go back.
it says nothing in the construct traits that they are not immune to precision damage. So let's have it.
So full 10 points of damage then.
Full 10
Double
points
digits.
of damage. You crack into it. One of the biggest damages that you ever see Reggie do. However, the hardness of the creature reduces his damage so much that guess how many points actually go through?
If you say none, I'm going to be very
No,
upset.
you
Okay.
actually do damage. You see some cracks
I'm
appear.
going to guess 3 points of damage.
Two more than that.
Oh,
Oh,
And Tia's eyebrows go and go, oh,
Yeah.
hello.
It's certainly not the nut punch that you
patronising.
destroyed the elf
Yeah.
back in the mausoleum, but you are getting closer to that. That brings us to the enemies go. There are two enemies still in play. The first one, 2 tentacles versus Tia. This one is not misfortuned or hex. That is a 20 to hit you, Tia.
Bounces off her tatamidor.
what the hell?
Okay. And
She's a tank.
the second one is does a 5 hit you?
No, she grabs it and just whooshes it away.
It is, however, not a critical, but it does hit.
Okay.
Doing 6 points of damage. So the one of the remaining tentacles, its leg tentacle, strikes into you, smacks Tia across the head, opening a little wound in her forehead.
She just licks her lips and smiles.
The second creature, flanked by both Reg and Miles, is going to use his misfortune state and attempt to attack both of you. The first one will be against you, Miles, and I don't think an 11 is going to hit.
Nope.
And the second one against you, Reggie, this is far better, is going to be a 16.
No.
Okay, so 2 tentacles fly out again. Wing tentacles come out and both of them miss. Miles, it is your go.
Miles is going to cast defensively.
Okay.
It's a 19. That's what I do, right?
Yep.
We
So
got
what's the
rule- we got
level of
rule,
the
Lindsay.
spell? He doesn't even know the level of the spell, let alone casting defensively.
I can't really laugh.
Never again, Luke, can he mess with you about not knowing rules. Level 1. Do you know what the DC of casting defensively is, perhaps? Just
15.
15 plus double the level of the spell. So you needed a 17 to get past that.
Fine. And I'm going to you see the green energy surround his hand again that you guys have seen before, and it starts to blister on his hand, and he's going to reach out and try and touch this creature.
Reach out and touch faith.
Whoops. That is apparently this is range touch attack. I did not know that because the reach is.
Describe it nicely.
I will. So as my blistering hand reaches out and touches him, that's a 16 against your touch AC.
That will definitely hit.
And can you make a will save, please, with misfortune?
Are you doing a Will Smith slap?
All of that will go through.
Nice. That's 17 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh, of necrotic. So you see its very life essence draining from it as you inflict negative wounds, drawing power from its life essence itself. And it starts to... Sorry, I'm doing maths in my head as I'm speaking. Go.
Are you though? Are you really?
Not successfully.
I like to think it's like making the stone, like you know how stone ages and it kind of like gets more pockmarked and, from the weather.
All right, and that brings us to Flopsy. Flopsy, what are you going to do? Right in front of you is Miles, who's just touched a creature, and beyond him, you see the creature and then Reg in flank.
Yes, that's well done, Miles. Good,
You're all lined up. One lightning bolt, kill you all.
Flopsy casts lightning bolt. Yes, now is my time.
And I cackle as well as my move action.
Was that inflict moderate wounds?
Light
Then?
wounds.
How did you get 17?
Rolled a lot of damage.
1d8 plus 5 is the closest that you can get. It's like inflict light wounds.
he's
It's like
doing-
cure light wounds.
Should we do that again?
He's doing D&D kind of magic.
Yeah, I'm just like, how did you get to 17? That's a lot. That's
9 points of damage.
Do you know what that was? I'm going to chalk that up to tier envy. That was definite tier envy. Everyone's like, I want 18 damage
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say,
want
if
22
that
damage
went-
as well.
If that went through, you wait till Reggie's next turn. There was going to be some Reggie bloody envy going on there because everyone's hitting hard.
Flopsy's just going to pull out his crossbow
Yep.
and load it.
Okay. Get your crossbow and load it. Round number 4.
I think you guys have this in hand. I don't need to waste any expendables.
Tia, it's your go.
Tia is staring at Miles now going, first time she's seen him actually cast a spell, not just laugh at somebody and they do, fall over or shit.
That's a good point. If you can't see magic, Miles looks like a fucking idiot.
It's nothing to do with the magic, my friend.
Wow.
Yep. So she's now like, oh, you have the power, right?
You got the touch.
And then she's just going to, with, again, power attacking, Masterwork Bastard Sword coming down on this gargoyle with +2 because it's prone, gets me to 26 to
That
hit,
is definitely going to beat its armor class.
doing 22 points of damage.
You see a crack form in the creature. This hairline crack extends, and then all of a sudden, the entire creature crumbles into dust. You also see a mote of small light, maybe unfamiliar or familiar to Tia. I'm not sure what that would be to her in terms of
No
her
idea.
knowledge of magic. And you see a small mote of light kind of dissipate and almost streak back into the statue of Dervin Guest.
This one is dead.
Good work, Tia.
Little Reg, it is up to you.
Okay, so Little Reg is going to flurry. Let's go. So the first one is a 17 to hit.
That is definitely going to hit.
So you're coming in across with the Kama, quick slash across the face, switches his grip, goes backwards in the opposite direction for a 23 to hit.
Also going to hit.
Lovely.
Do I get the precision damage on both of these attacks?
Yes, you do.
Sweet. So we get 16 points of damage
In total,
In
or
total.
from
That's
okay.
great.
in total.
Again, you feel like not all of the damage goes through because there is a hardness in play here, but you damage this creature and you see more cracks starting to come, and one of its wings actually falls partially off.
Cool.
So,
it's not
yeah.
flying anywhere now.
And that brings us to Flopsy. Dopsy. No, it doesn't. That's the enemy's go. I'm diddling myself out of some initiative here.
That's all right.
Once again, the creature sees both of you having taken a almost equal amount of damage from each of you, probably more from Miles, actually. Reg, sorry about that. But
all right.
you each take a tentacle to the face. And,
Big disgrace.
oh, not a critical upon you, Reg, but this second one is going to hit, I believe, on a 20.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. The tentacle strikes at you for 6 points of damage.
6.
Yes. Yes. Bringing us to Miles. What are you going to do this round, Miles?
Take it down, Miles.
Don't know if I can do enough damage with my melee attacks to do anything, but I'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a swing at it with my fists.
Okay.
Like I told you, Miles.
Twist at the hip, right?
Yep.
Follow through, punch through the creature.
Just like with the ice. I don't know if you've practiced it since.
Come on, baby. Twist.
It's only an
through the
11
hips.
to hit.
What was it?
11.
An 11 is not going to meet the armor class of this creature. You actually do strike into it, but to no avail.
Oh, I was going to say, Reggie sees Miles' hand pass the side of the gargoyle's head.
Yeah. He punched through the creature.
That fucking hurts. And I cackle to extend misfortune further.
Tia's look has gone from admiration to disappointment very, very quickly.
Yeah. Flopsy, it is your go. Speaking of disappointment.
I don't think I will take a shot with both of you in base to base, but
Go on. I think Flopsy hasn't been
It's the
affected.
commit.
Chuck
Commit.
a
Come
bomb. Chuck a bomb. You
Flopsy,
could get almost 3, including yourself. You could get 4 people.
Flopsy's not interested in wasting his resources right now. He knows how he came prepared to this convocation, and it wasn't for battle. So he's just
Portraits all around.
He's just going to hold and keep a lookout for anything else. He's, do a little perception check around, make sure nothing else is threatening.
Yeah, no problem.
Does he see that moat stream up from the dead gargoyle?
He would have seen maybe a little bit of something.
Can you do a little
perhaps. It's
perception check on that,
He,
or a
he
little-
wouldn't have. No, he would have caught it
Not
from the
enough?
side of his
Yeah.
eye, kind of thing. It's really because Tia was right there. She sort of saw that. But imagine it like a blink of an eye kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Okay, that brings us to the next round and to Tia's go.
Tia will turn and say, do you want some help?
No, we're all right.
Said the
Sure.
gargoyle.
That would be great, Tia, please.
She's going to charge in if she can.
Yep.
Does on a charge is +2. She wouldn't be flanking right now.
Nope.
24, 26.
That'll definitely hit.
Isn't a fumble.
Ooh. So Tia trips a little bit over the dead gargoyle that she just felled, ruining her charge, slipping, missing her footing, and not striking.
Can you imagine if
true.
she fumbled on a charge into us?
Yep.
Oh, I wish it was a fumble deck. And then strike your closest ally. That's going to be my favorite moment if it ever happens.
It's going to happen.
Reg, it's your go.
Okay, we're going to go for gold again. We're going to flurry once again. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 is yes, meets it, beats it.
Okay, so I don't critically fumble the first hit.
Oh no! Oh, what is
So
happening
narrowly
to this
missing,
party?
slashing myself across the face.
Things are turning.
That's a 24 hit.
Yes.
Lovely jubbly. So we're going to go for a 10 points of damage again.
Oh.
Happy days. Sneak attack is precision damage.
Again, not all of it goes through, but you again see more cracks starting to form, more damage going through this creature. You don't see blood, but perhaps you might have if this was a living being.
It's graveling out of its wounds.
Grappling. Is now up to the enemy. I'm just going to roll both of the misfortune dice. The first one, we're going to go in reverse this time. The first attack is going to go against Reg. And I'm not sure if an 18 is going to hit you, Reg.
It hits.
Oh, and then the second attack, because I don't want to do all of these again. Oh, that is some good stuff against Miles. Maybe hitting. Actually, I think this might hit on a 22.
Yes, that will
Okay,
hit.
they were two great rolls. So 2 hits ring true. The first tentacle strikes out, slicing upwards against you, little Reg, trying to knock you backwards away from it. It's not happy. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
The second tentacle flings around at head height from Miles. He puts his arms up, but not enough to actually stop the damage from coming through at 4 points of damage as it beats you in the forearm, and you hear a bit of a bruise and a click in your elbow.
You're a bruise.
That's how hard it hit you.
You managed to hear these capillaries bursting under your skin.
It's flexotendons. Miles, it is your go.
Okay, Miles, watching Big Reg. Big Reg is often an inspiration to him in his fighting. So yeah, Miles, taking some inspiration from Reg's fighting techniques, is one, he's going to laugh at his own stupidity at trying this to keep the cackle going. And then he's going to try and trip this creature.
Oh, okay.
So hang on, can I just clarify this? If you're tripping and he goes down, I still get my vicious stomp because it's when a character goes down prone next to me.
Wow. That's exciting.
That's very cool.
That is a 7 against your CMD.
A 7 against the CMD is not actually going
wait.
to...
9 because flanking, right?
Okay. 9 against this creature's CMD does not go through. The creature does not trip. However, if I am familiar with the trip rules, there are a couple of things that go on here. Number one, I believe you provoke an attack of opportunity because you are stupid and don't
Did
know
he
how
fail
to trip
by
properly.
Not
5 or more?
proficient.
Oh, we're going into that too.
Oh, no.
Because the attack of opportunity, I rolled both an 18 and a 19 on a natural attack. So I believe that they are going to go through because that's better than I rolled last time. So you take 5 points of damage from the creature as its tentacle smacks into you and your shin actually gets blunted by the creature. Now, because you take 5 points of damage, you actually take a -5 to your CMD because you took damage on the way in. So the creature now has the chance to trip you back, Miles.
Do I get my attack of opportunity on Miles? Does he get...
You certainly do. You are so lucky. That natural 2 versus a natural 20. So the CMB, it still might happen, is a 7.
No.
No. All right. So it doesn't get to trip you back, but it does get to hurt you.
And that it did. It did hurt me.
Flopsy, it is your go. Unless you have a move action that you would like to do, Miles.
I did. I cackled.
Oh, okay. Flopsy.
You guys all right there?
No.
Everyone's within a 5-foot splash. It's very hard for me not to throw a bomb right now.
Oh, that's right. You can get everybody.
We're all right. I won't shoot the crossbow and possibly impale all of you with one shot. He's going to hold, make sure he's keeping looking out.
Yep. All right. Just let me know if you actually want to jump into at any time, like to break the action. It's up to you. We get into Tia. That is round number 6, I believe we're up to.
As we pan across to Tia, she's just looking at Miles, shaking her head as if, what the hell are you doing? Turns overhand chop right down on the top of this gargoyle's head.
Mm-hmm.
15 to hit.
Just.
3's a degree, Justin. Just need to pass. You don't need to pass by a lot. She goes, so like, putting all of her energy into it as she slams down. She just hits it a glancing blow, but that glancing blow, I think, reverberates through all of it. More of a sonic damage than a blow. 20 points of damage comes through her sword.
The creature hit by her sword reels a little bit, and you can see for the first time almost a humanoid expression crosses its animated face before it crumbles to the floor, dead, dead, dead. Everyone around it, make a perception check, please.
Back to your foul god creature.
28 for Reg.
You see it.
23.
You see it.
16 for Tia and 21 for Flopsy.
Flopsy, you see it as well. You see, in the blink of an instant almost, you just see some type of particle, an energy, something ripple. It's not even, it's almost imperceptible, but some type of energy floats back into the statue of Durban Guest.
Can I do a knowledge check for Flopsy on
You
that?
couldn't even know what it was. It was so fast. It's not like it wasn't green. It was just something went and moved into the statue of Durban Guest.
Miles is going to grab his left hand, the opposite one he uses to do the inflict light wounds, and it's going to start glowing a nice healing light, and he's going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds on himself.
Okay.
Because he's fucked up.
And Tia then looks at you very confused. You have many power.
One hand taketh away, the other giveth.
In my tribe, they would say, that's what she said.
Yeah, so I can do many things. As I said, I deal in bad luck a lot of the time with making people miss and fall asleep.
Why do you try and punch it then?
I'm not bad at that either.
Reggie sniggers in the background.
I sleep strike, Reggie.
So you find yourselves in the area of Durban Guest statues. Two of the angels now are not upon the plinth anymore. They are
Not move any closer to this statue.
There are areas around the statue where now two angels once sat, and there's parts of the statue that is marred in that area.
Flopsy, that statue, what the hell happened?
I don't understand.
Well, when we destroyed that thing, something went towards the statue. Does that mean if we're going to approach it again, more are going to come out? Or
I'm unclear what those things were. They didn't. When I looked at it with my magical auras, it looked like it had magic, and yet no magic existed. It is quite the quandary.
what happens if you look now that something went into it? Is it still magic?
I'm hesitant to waste any more resources on that. When people's safety is at stake, should we not clear the area and come back and investigate this later?
Yes, certainly. Reg, Big Reg, can I take a toke on the wand?
I just burst for Reg just bursts for 6 points of healing.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, Holy One.
Did you say take a toke of the wand? I'm just going to rip a bong off the wand.
How you feeling now, Miles?
Better, a lot better.
Better? You need any more?
Yeah, but not much. It's fine.
Okay.
Everyone,
He all said not much, it's fine. I just want that noted for the record. Not much, it's fine.
it's fine.
We're against Justin. It's fine.
Not much. It's fine. It's fine. And again, you see all around you pathfinders scurrying from place to place. You see in this area, more than humanoid creatures, you can see a swathe of different types of animals, almost as if somebody's opened the gates of a zoo, and exotic creatures are here and there and everywhere. It's like a children's book, moving around. And you even see, just in the distance, a flying creature come up from over where you know the menagerie is as you start heading that way. And we'll find out from that next week.
Oh,
Hey, guys.
flying creature's not stone, is it?
What do they do with all the poo from all the animals out of the zoo?
They have a massive, massive veggie garden here.
They use it for lighting fires.
Sell it as fertilizer.
They have an extra dimensional poo space.
Oh,
Let me know how it goes.
Like a quail, anyway.
Yeah, I quite like mine.
Oh, talking about
we do
quails.
roasts in ours, and it's great.
I went on a deep dive this week and annoyed everyone at my work because apparently quails are the best way to self-sustain meat in your house.
Oh, because of the size that you can. Yeah.
So in the same thing, you keep 3 chickens, you can keep 100 quails.
100? What?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking battery, like as in sort of like they're in little.
No, like,
not moving, not free
a
range.
decent-sized chicken pen can hold 100 quails.
Gee.
And
But you got to eat 6.
they mature. They mature in 8 weeks.
You might.
So say you start off with 5 females and 2 males to service some more. They lay an egg a day each. So by end of a week, you have 35 eggs that
Enough
you
for an
can then
omelette.
incubate. And then say you have a 60% hatch rate. So you've got 15.
You really did take a deep dive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think-
Statistics
I think
and
Lindsay's been
percentages.
in mini world way too long.
15
I've got
quails.
tiny food.
15 quails that will then be full grown and ready to eat in 8 weeks.
Yeah, but that's 15 animals you've got to kill rather than just one.
This is what everyone at work said, and I was so shocked that I was the only person in my office that would be prepared to kill their own meat.
You're prepared. This is the same thing with the students I've got in my class about dissecting a cow's heart. They love the idea. I put the video on for it to get them acquainted with it. All of a sudden, I think I'm going to have a far less number of students actually
I know,
dissecting the
I
heart.
did-
I was the
think
same.
you'll be all
I
right
did all
killing.
that shit.
I was the same way about having a baby.
Yeah,
I was fine with it till they put the video on.
I wouldn't enjoy it, but I'd do it. If there was either a chance, or either the option of eating meat or killing, like if you couldn't eat meat or you
So
had to
fucking
kill your own
Australian,
meat,
it's
Or killing a
unbelievable.
vegan.
I would kill my own animals if it was the only thing for eating meat.
How would you kill them? Would you choke your meat?
Quails, you'd probably just grab the head and spin.
You'd rather check the chicken.
Chicken
Spinning's
the
a cool
chicken,
trick.
yeah.
Quail. It's not that big.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Boom.
Nice.
And we're back.